Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Dan, and Trade Ideas for hosting this event, and Centerpoint and E-Trade for sponsoring it. To let you guys know a little bit more about me, let's see. I'm Airplane Jane. That's how I branded myself online, on Twitter, and pretty much everywhere. There's truth behind that. In 1996, I got my pilot's license. And then later on in 2007, I started working for the airlines. I met my husband in Philadelphia, and when we were flying, and slowly but surely, I started transitioning up to Montreal. And I immigrated up there, and I got into trading after working a job that I hated. Basically, I was making $700 every 2 weeks, working a part-time job, working 30 hours a week, waking up at 4 in the morning, and absolutely hating life. It interfered with our life. I was tired. I was working for each paycheck. I hated it. So that was back in 2013 that I immigrated. And then shortly after I immigrated, I was pregnant with our first daughter. When I was 8 months pregnant, I got laid off. So the journey is real. The heartache, the struggles are definitely real. And once I left the job, I thought, okay, well, what am I gonna do, right? I'm pregnant. I've got to provide not only for myself, my husband, but our daughter that's on the way. So I'd also worked in real estate in Philadelphia. And I thought, okay, great. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna transition into real estate in Montreal. Well, Quebec has French language laws. So you have to pass not only a real estate exam, but also a French exam. Well, I passed the real estate exam, no problem, because I'd done real estate before. French, another language is a little bit more tough. I do speak Spanish and Italian, so it was right next door. But our first daughter had health issues, so I didn't have time to get all of the studying done to pass the exam. I got a 65, a 70 would have put me over the edge to make it to get my real estate license in Quebec. Well, I'm a firm believer, everything happens for a reason, right? So I was really frustrated, I was upset, and I thought, man, what am I gonna do? My husband had reminded me about a great value trade that I took $25,000 and turned it into $250,000. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I should go into trading. Maybe I should look at this as my career and my profession. But I thought, I need to be more active. I need to be someone that's in it, hands-on every day, because I'm somebody that's very active. I do lots of different things. And I need to be able to have my hand on it every day. I don't want to be passive. So I started studying. That was February of 2015. I'd found Timothy Sykes' tools, and I started studying online using his tools, his DVDs. And slowly but surely, I started learning. And I had my first $6,000 account, and I'd say within a good 2.5 months, I blew through it. I was trying to trade while taking care of a 6-month-old. At the time, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't devote enough time to studying and learning the market. So I really didn't follow the rules that he'd advised. He'd said, you know, obviously cut your losses quickly. Well, I tried to set a stop limit. I didn't know, I was new, and boom, I go upstairs to change a diaper, come back, money's gone. I set my limit too tight to the stop, and it just kept on going. You know, a low float stock where it's gone parabolic and then it's dropping, well, you've got to get out quickly. And my limit was too tight. So lost part of it right there. So slowly but surely, I put trading aside until my daughter was at daycare. And then I had time to go ahead and start studying full force. And I sat and I watched the market. I would watch it from open until about 2 in the afternoon, and I studied the price action. At this time, too, I also found Ross Cameron, and Ross Cameron was using Trade Ideas. And so that was my first experience with Trade Ideas, and learning and seeing these filters. And I asked him, I said, you know, what is this software? Because it's great, it's wonderful. And slowly but surely, I started connecting with Dan and using the software myself and migrated away from the room because I realized I had to find my own strategy. Timothy Sykes is great at penny stocks. It doesn't work for me. That's okay. There's enough ways in the market for everybody to make money. And I slowly started writing down what gappers were doing every day, what happened at the open, what happened intraday, what happened at the close, what happened the first day, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. What was the patterns and the trends that I was starting to see in the market, and how is it reacting throughout the day? And my husband will even talk about this, that, you know, when I started studying the market, I got down almost to the minute. When seeing the trends, seeing the reversals, there's a lot of algorithmic trading, and you can see 15, 30 minutes. What's gonna happen? What's going to happen throughout the day? Okay, there's a big pop at open, it's gonna sell off a little bit. Not all the time, but many times you will see that. You'll see the first 15 minutes, it's chaos, because you've got all the orders that have been set the day before that's all going through and executing. And you're gonna see one direction or the other will win for the day with the momentum. So you need to sometimes step back for that first 15 minutes, let it die down, and see the trend for the day. So that's slowly how I came to trading. I really began to be profitable in January of 2016, and I was using trade ideas to help me find my alerts. And the biggest surprises that I found as a day trader was learning all the market language. I mean, I'd come from value investing back in 2000, and I'd had my Series 7, and I worked at Solomon Smith Barney. I was a registered sales assistant at the time for 4 brokers. So I wasn't new to the trading world in 2015, but I was new to day trading, intraday trading, and more swing trading on a short-term basis. So I didn't realize there was an information about floats. I was novice, and I thought, well, you know what? What's short selling, obviously? I didn't know this. I didn't know you could make money on the way down. And Timothy Sykes really opened my eyes to that. At the time, I had an account at Wells Fargo. I wasn't able to get a lot of the shares to short, so I started trading more of the reversal bounce because I thought, okay, everybody's trading these stocks that have dropped. And all of a sudden, when it bounces, it goes to the same extreme. Everybody's gonna get out as quickly. The stops are going to execute on the way up, and it's gonna skyrocket. So I'd trade that little bounce. Also, I didn't realize about floats, the supply and demand of a stock. I mean, it's basic economics. You have a low supply. When everybody wants it, the demand goes up. It's gonna skyrocket. That's one of the things that's really great about trade ideas. You can search these low float stocks. You can see the volume, you can see the momentum. Short interest as well. How many shares are short? As Greg was talking about earlier with JCPenney's. Now you look at it, it's probably one of the highest shorted stocks out there, roughly 68%. So if it does bounce, it's probably gonna go ahead and go pretty quickly for a couple days. Trailing stop limits. I realized that's something I could start using. What was it even? I didn't even know. And slowly but surely I made my way, I studied, and I found a pattern that worked for me. Also, I realized, okay, look, in 50 days, or 50 weeks, 5 days a week, you can easily make 100,000 with 400 a day. Now, when you put into your brain $400 as a goal, when the goal is set, it tends to make you more emotional towards that goal instead of price action. You're trying to achieve just that goal instead of trading the setup and trading the stock. So I stepped away from setting goals, but realized that it's really, really easy to make 6 figures when you're trading. I mean, yes, I was making 700 every 2 weeks Canadian, which at the time was roughly 500 US. And now it's really easy in 15 minutes to make $700. When you have the right setup, you trade it smart, you wait for the execution. I also realized, you know what? There's a lot of psychology in trading. Yes, it's great to make these wins, but don't get stubborn. You have to be able to look at yourself in your trades. You have to sit down, you have to monitor your trades, you have to write entry, exit. You have to look at the emotions behind it. You have to see what made you get in. Was it FOMO, fear of missing out? Or was it, hey, I've been watching this stock, waiting for the setup, waiting for this trade to come, and it looks like a pattern and a chart that I'm used to seeing. So make sure that you actually study your own emotional self in your trades because it's you and the market. It doesn't matter, man, woman, trading, computer bot, it doesn't matter. You have to be able to manage yourself because it will reflect if you are someone that you have, say, a bad relationship. You are with an alcoholic, and you know it, but you won't stop it. You won't get out. Well, you know what? You might be in a trade where you will not cut that loser. It comes out in your trading, your fears, your anxiety, everything will come out. And once you can start to trade emotionless and just trade the price action in the present moment, you will be a better trader. You will have worked through all those hurdles to get to it, where you can trade and you can say, okay, this is a numbers game. Yes, I can profit off of this, but I need to look at it based on the facts, no emotion involved. So I have a quick timeline to success for trading. You know what, if you're brand new to trading, or if not, even you've been trading as a value investor, definitely find someone that you can study from. You can learn their strategy. You can study and learn from their experiences. One of the best things for me was reading Market Wizards and also Momo Traders, and learning from others' pitfalls along the way as a new trader, because I was so new, I didn't know. And if I can have that shortcut, learning from others' experiences, it's great, right? Why do I need to go down the same negative path if I can learn? And also, if I can go ahead and move forward and I see what they learned in their route. Start with paper trading. I know a lot of people ask me, how do I get into this? What do I need to do? First of all, you gotta learn. You gotta study. You have to learn the market. Find someone that you jive with their personality. You think that maybe that style of trading will work with you. There's so many different options. There's futures, there's options, there's stocks, there's ETFs, there's mutual funds. Whatever makes you comfortable, start studying. That's number one. Once you feel a little bit more comfortable, start practicing with fake money and try to do it with an amount that's reasonable for which you will be trading with in the future. So say you have 20,000 you want to start with, start paper trading with 20,000. Don't trade with 150, 200,000. It's not realistic. Practice with tools. Tools are great. They're very important. You need to be able to trust your tools in finding setups. Trade Ideas is one of the great ones for me. And you need to practice with these tools. Mess around with them. If you're someone that likes to trade with indicators, play around with the indicators. It's your time while you're learning to go ahead and, if you're paper trading and you have to pay for the paper trading, it's much better to pay $30 a month than to lose thousands of dollars. So take the time to learn it. Like any profession, you're not gonna just all of a sudden jump into it the next day. It takes time. 90% of the people jump in because they haven't put the time in to study and learn the market and learn what's good for them. They're just saying, oh yeah, it's great. You know, I think I heard somebody made $2,000 yesterday. I saw it on Twitter. I want to get into this. No, you need to put in the time to make it what you want it to be. If you have a goal in life, you have to take time every single day to make it to that goal. You're not going to just wake up and all of a sudden you have this brand new Mercedes-Benz or Lamborghini or Ferrari or whatever you want. You have to work towards it. So it's the same thing with trading. You need to slowly compound information and knowledge to get to that point. And then you can find your strategy. You can figure out what strategy makes you comfortable. If you're in a trade and you position too large and you can't sleep at night, that's probably not the best strategy for you. So maybe you don't want to be a swing trader. You know, you have to test it out and see where you can be comfortable and you can sleep at night. You won't have any issues and you're happy. You know, ultimate goal of this, life is priceless, right? So happiness is the best thing in life. If you can do this and you can become happy in doing it and not be fearful about your job. I mean, you can ask my husband, I wake up every single morning. I'm so happy to go down to work. I love it. We've got 2 little girls. I get them ready, go down to my office, and that's it. That's my time. That's my little mecca for the next 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And at that point, don't bother me because I'm concentrating. But after that, it's wonderful. You know, I've got the rest of the day to have time with the family. I've got the rest of the day to plan everything else, to how to share with people and how to encourage others. Once you're ready and you have your strategy, go forward and practice with real money. Now, you don't have to practice with your whole account right off the bat. You can practice with small, 10 shares. You know, you can go ahead and see what it feels like with that emotional factor. You have to see what the emotions are like so that you know how to manage them. After that, carpe profit, one trade at a time. Every green trade is a trade that's gonna grow your account. It's a matter of trading with proper risk management so that you're not gonna blow up that account, no matter what size it is. If you don't cut your losses, you will slowly blow up your account. And as Dan was saying in the trading room with Trade Ideas last week, there's 4 different possible outcomes. Big wins, small losses, and big losses. Well, if you cut off the big losses, you're gonna be growing your account, right? If you have small losses, less than $100, and the rest are gains, you're gonna grow that account, and you're gonna be able to be profitable, and you're gonna be able to get out of a job potentially that you hate, the 9-to-5 grueling job that you drive to every day, where you're wasting time in traffic, you're frustrated. Well, you could be studying too. You could be learning how to do this. So Trade Ideas, to me, has limitless customization. No matter what your strategy, if you're an options trader, you can filter it. You can set up your alerts for options. They were just saying they're going to be going into cryptocurrency and futures as well. So that's on its way. You always have the free trading room, where if you're a newbie or not, you can always go forward and ask questions. You can see the software. You can test it out. You can see what it's about. You can learn how other traders trade, not only with learning the software. AI Holly, this is one of the best things with Trade Idea. No matter whether you are a novice trader or an expert, Holly is a virtual trader. Basically, if you are brand new, Holly is going to give you strategies that have been computed throughout the night and analyze all the data from the markets. There's how many strategies, Dan? 41? 40 strategies that will be spit out depending on which ones have the highest rank throughout the day. And those strategies will tell you basic trend for the day. It will also tell you, okay, what's the risk like for the day? Is there high volatility? Does it look like there's 8 long strategies for the day and 2 short? Well, Holly believes that the market's gonna be a long bias trade for the day. Now, if the risk is on for Holly, that means go ahead, let your trade grow. Go ahead and take off 50% after you have a partial profit. If the risk is off, then go ahead and exit, potentially when Holly gets out. Holly is great in giving a watch list for later on in the week as well. You can go ahead, you can chart up the stocks, write them down, put them in an Excel spreadsheet, see what happens over the next 5 days, next 2 months. See what the AI has produced for you and how you can use it to benefit and grow your account. If you're a swing trader, you can start tracking Holly's trades. See how they perform for you. How easy is it to just basically make money? And not only that, but recently, well, Trade Ideas is with E-Trade, they recently partnered with Interactive Brokers. So you can do auto trading. You could set up your account to auto trade with Holly's trades. Self-manage your own account, grow your money while you're at work, just let it trade itself, and make money while using Trade Ideas. Something else, as I was learning and I was studying in the beginning, like I said, I read Market Wizards and I read Momo Traders, and I came forward with the idea to write a book about female day traders and female traders from around the world, because it was something that I didn't see. As a woman breaking into trading and being underrepresented, I thought, you know what, this is a tool, This is a tool that I would like to have. And I really wanted to hear other women's experiences. And not just intraday trading, swing trading, options trading. And this is about women from all around the world and how we've made it successful and learned the strategies, just like Market Wizards and Momo Traders, where you can learn from others' experiences and see how others did it. It takes hard work. There's no lie there. It does take hard work to become a profitable trader, and you have to be ready for the emotional aspect of it. But you can do it. And Trade Ideas makes it very, very easy in giving you a great tool that will facilitate your learning curve. I like low float stocks. And a very simple way to equate low float stocks for me with the supply and demand is like the Nintendo SNES Classic that was just released. Nintendo releases a limited amount. Well, what happens? The demand is crazy for it. People line up. My husband and I did it for his toy. And it's the same sort of thing for the stock. People will line up to buy. That volume, that demand will drive it up like crazy. And Trade Ideas filters will allow you to find those stocks with the volume behind it and the momentum. You obviously need to have the volume, and you need to have a reason behind it, a gap reason behind it for me. And you can easily profit when you go and you trade with the trend, for my scenario, trading with the trend and the volume to make it easy to make profits. And when you have a passion for it every day, it makes it very, very easy to share. That's part of the reason why I'm here today, is to help share my experience and my journey, to inspire and encourage others to move forward. The struggle is real, like I said. $700 every 2 weeks, and now I can make that in 15 minutes. But it takes hard work. So I'm looking to start sharing my watch list with everybody, and hopefully doing a trading seminar for women this upcoming summer. And I share online all the time. I'm very easy and accessible. If anybody ever has any questions, they want to reach out, they want to talk to me, I'm always willing to help and share my journey. And as always, carpe profit. Every profit will grow your account. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, Jennifer?
Being a pilot, you feel obviously that gives you a little bit of an edge in respect to sticking to the strategy, doing the job, keeping the emotions out, thinking in terms of probabilities. Do you, being a mom also, ever still go through those moments of feeling paralyzed, being almost in that quicksand situation? Does it ever come back to that, or have you always since the beginning been able to really access that edge?
So her question is, for everyone at home, is as a pilot and having the emotionless factor, do I go back to the mom side where I let the emotions come in and affect me? For sure, there's times where when I was pregnant, the hormones made me react completely differently. And I can say, yes, it's always a struggle to potentially manage the emotions, depending on what's going on. You know, life will happen. When our daughter was newborn, and I couldn't concentrate on the market 100%, I would watch the market. I wouldn't always trade because you have to have a clear mind. You have to go into the trading day clear. If you've had an argument with your family, if you have stress about a surgery or a dental visit or something coming up, it will affect you if your mind isn't clear when you sit down at the table. If you're not 100% with you in the market, your mind is distracted and it can easily take you away from that trade. Yes?
I don't see your Twitter handle up there.
Oh, it's back at the beginning. It's at Airplane Jane, or at Jane_YUL. So if anybody ever wants to reach out to me, here's everywhere that you can reach me. Well, thank you all. Thank you, everyone, for watching streaming. Thanks.